Okay, so now we're down to the wires. So very quickly, because yours aren't going to be as neat as mine, you're going to have a big bundle. But I want to show you something here on your diagram. If I look very closely on my diagram, that RCO is going to one LED, RC1 is going to one, RC2, see it tied to that LED, and then so forth. RO goes down here. And what that is on one side, when I hook these to a chip, I will be able to individually control each one of these LEDs from a programmable chip. Okay, but we're only going to control one side. So we're only going to program 9 functions here. And in order to accomplish that for all sides, they are running wires. So, for example, this LED here is going to be tied to this LED here, so forth and so on. This one is tied to this one, back and forth. So we're going to have to install jumper wires that are going to be hidden inside the cube. I've installed the first set. So what I did to start with, go back. I haven't installed them all. There's quite a few. Let's get this over here where we can see it. Take a look at it. So starting over here, it has the next steps are fairly important. You don't want to use the short wire. Basically, the wires coming off this left side pad of RC0 are going to be longer because these are going to tie into the control board. So all of these wires are going to be longer because these have to have enough room to come down to the control board. These are going to be your short wires in between. And so basically we're going to insert the wire into the right side pad and we're going to jump it over to the other opposing pad. And so for example, this is right side RC0 is going to be tied to the left side of RC0 on side 2. These two are interconnected right here. All right, and so we're going to come through here and we're going to jump her over here. Now on the last one, you're going to install the longer wires, which I believe it has a warning. Page 6 of your manual says use the 3 1/4 inch white and red wires on side 4 instead of the 3-inch wire and 2 1/2 inch wires. These longer wires will connect side 4 to the top. And so I have to have slightly longer wires. Now my wires I've cut short and laid on the board so it's easy to see. Yours is going to be a little bit more spaghetti looking when you have them done. I don't have all of mine installed. And so I'm going to go through here, and through here. And so then on this next one, I'll simply jumper to the opposing pad on this one, so forth and so on. On the red, we're going to be jumping from P8 on this side is the long wire, and then we're going to jump from P10 over here to P8 on the opposing side. Here's P10 to P8, so forth and so on. Now once I have all of those installed, I want to make sure before I fold this cube up that they are all working. And so I'm going to check my red wire. And if it's installed correctly, then I should read continuity here, here, all the way through from both sides of my pad. Same follows with every white wire. So once you've installed these, you want to make sure that you have continuity because we can't do anything once we fold this up into a cube. And so we want to make sure all those wires are installed correctly before this all gets folded up into a cube. And so you're going to run those wires. One thing I want to point out, and I did this, you need to be extremely careful with these wires when you're soldering the next because you're going to get a large bundle. Do you see that? I burned the insulation accidentally on this red wire when I was trying to solder one of these white wires together. So if you get a short inside there, so this one doesn't appear to be too bad. I don't see metal, and I'm not going to be folding this one up, so I'm going to let that go. But you need to watch burning your wires whenever you assemble this. And so we're going to follow our instructions, and we're just going to simply keep jumpering every one of our tabs. We have 9 wires. You will have 9, including the power would be 10. So you got 9 LEDs. You will have 9 white wires between each pad. So you can see that you're going to have quite a bundle of wires going between there, and that you want to pay attention to how you install those and make them nice and neat, and that they're firmly soldered. Any incorrect soldering on these pads, you don't have to, once you've tinned them, all you got to do is pretty much heat up the pad, use a pair of tweezers and shove the wire in there, remove the solder, let it cool off, and then you'll be done with that part. But make sure you install everything correctly.